Hi, I'm Adeleke Samuel. I want to welcome you all into Web Application Solution for Beginner. If this is the first time you're seeing my video, you're welcome. Now, this class is going to run for about 6 weekends. The aim and objective of this class is to take you from ground zero. What I mean by ground zero is that if you have just a little prerequisite of computer usage, that is all you need. And if you're eager to learn about programming and you want to know about C sharp, especially talking about .NET Core, we're talking about a little bit about MSQL, you're welcome. Now, in this class, we're going to run through some section in which you will find it so interesting. Now, like I said, is a web application solution for the beginner. It's a beginner class. Now, the goal and objective of this training is very simple. One is just to make you understand better how IT and programming works, how it works, and the benefit you can derive from it. Again, part of the goal or the benefit you're going to gain from this training is how to design a simple website for your business. Website can be very simple and it can be very complex. It's just an idea of how you want it to be. But we'll be coming from the angle of a beginner. So, how to design a simple website for your business. Again, how to do a simple web application. In my web application, we are going to see more about it in this application in this training section. Now, again, we'll be doing more. Now, in the programming world, there are a whole lot of things that we need to explain, a lot of things that we need to get our hand into to understand very well what we mean by a website, what we mean by coding, the two together coming together to form a web application or a web programming and coupled by a database, all of them we're talking to. Now, we have this, what we call a website, which is the client side. And again, we have the coding, which is the server side. How does these two relate to themselves? What do we mean when we talk about just a website? What are the tools that you need? And what are those things that you need to put together to have a better website? What are those tools you need to do when you are doing your coding? We'll be dealing with Microsoft C sharp application here. Now again, moving forward, we have example of some of those client side languages and the server side languages. These are just some of them. But our focus will be on the in this training, it will be on the bootstrap more. We are going to explain it, how you're going to use it to do your client side, and we'll be talking more on the C sharp handle of it. But there are a whole lot of these are all languages in which you can investigate, you can check them. We'll do little on the win form as well. We'll see how you can use a win form to do some simple application that can make it work very. Now again, moving on from there. Now we'll see the comparison. People mix words together. When people begin to mix what is web app, what is website application, what is web application. In a way, all of them mean the same thing, just the way people use them. People tend to talk more of application when you're dealing with a desktop application or application that work on intranet or a standalone application. They try to talk more about an application. We want to talk about an application that run on browser, the one that run on the one that run on phone. They talked about apps. Say check your phone apps, so they talk more about it. So we are going to see the relationship with all this because of the training as well. And again, you are going to be doing more using the Visual Studio or .NET Studio. Now we have so many of them, but our focus will be more on the .NET 5, even though we have .NET 6 now, but we do more of .NET 5, which is 2019 version of it. I'm going to be doing a little bit of a .NET framework. For now, this training is for the beginner. We will not touch more. We will not touch .NET Core. But in the subsequent one, we'll be able to migrate our code that we have written in the framework. We are going to migrate all of them to .NET Core, and you see how what you use very well in the .NET framework, how you can easily manipulate your way through the .NET Core, and it's going to be a whole lot of interesting packages. But for the beginner that we are dealing with for now, we are going to be doing .NET Framework. I'm going to be using the interface version of it. Now, we are going to use all this. We're going to use HTML, we're going to use CSS, Bootstrap. We will not be touching Angular for now. And we are going to do more of C Sharp. Now, in this training is going to cover a whole lot of things. Now, we know Visual Studio can do a whole lot of things, but we will not cover everything in this beginner training that we want to do. But in a way of overview, we know that if you talk about the .NET framework, we only have WPA or WinForm for in the level of application, and the level of apps. We have ASP.NET using Bootstrap. But when we talk about .NET Core, we have it in the app. Now we have it in four: MVC, API, Razor, and Blazor. Now all these four works. These are the components of .NET Core. .NET Core is more it's just is the stable version of Visual Studio that we have now. And if you are running if you are running .NET 6, you enjoy this better. But we have it well as well in .NET 5. It's okay. Xamarin is very good to do application that cut across different platforms. Now we were doing we talked about .NET Standard Class Library, which is the best way of doing your coding. Put your code in the class library, and with that now you can call the database easily from your application through the .NET library, and through the standard you do the class library, and everything is made very easy. Now we'll talk more about this framework, and it's a very good framework. Now our 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 study, our training, you will need some little thing. One, you're going to need our database environment which you're going to be working with. Now this is SQL 2019. You're going to be working with it. And again, you're going to need our studio, which is very, very important. This is a Visual Studio 2019 as well. This is the .NET 5. We're going to be needing this. Part of the tool we're going to use. It is very important for us to have it. Now, you can always get this the free version. You can get it download from Microsoft online. You can get it download. Now, I will employ us to go to our social media and our website is there, www.businesshub.com. I want us to go to our YouTube as well. Go and subscribe. It's very, very important as we release video on this training and the subsequent one. You easily get just subscribe and click the bell. You will be notified anytime we release a new video. Now on our Instagram handle, Facebook handle, and LinkedIn handle, just um, follow us, every other thing, and you enjoy us better there. Now, this training, like I said, you need to do some installation. So if you do not have Visual Studio in your system, it's very, very important. You have to get it installed. And if you don't have SQL, which is a database, MS SQL, get it installed and get it installed. And because the training is going to be full hands on, practical all through. And we're going to be releasing the video gradually on our YouTube page. You see it, and you can follow along with it. Make sure you do it exactly. Make sure you practice. Make sure you are deliberate about it. And before you know it, you're going to move it from the beginner that you are, you're going to move it up the level, and you're going to enjoy this. So I'm saying this now. Thank you so much for this. This is just a short introduction to the training, and I know you're going to enjoy it by the end of it. So you're going to last for a few weeks, like 6 weeks, as we mentioned. So thank you so much. I'm Adeleke Samuel.